So let's all stand up, and we'll start with whichever leg, doesn't matter. And take your foot and just roll your toe in a circle. Nice big stretch for your ankle. Nice and slow. Then change directions. Go the other direction. Get all the cracks and kinks out. Good. Change feet to the other side. Roll that ankle. Nice big circle with your toe. And then change directions. Good. And let's shake out our whole leg on that first side from the hip all the way down. Get it nice and loose. Shake out all the tension. And then just the foot and ankle. Keep everything else stable. And just let the foot and ankle be loose and floppy. Don't control it at all. And then switch legs. Other leg all the way down. Shake everything out. No tension at all. And then just the foot and ankle. Let it be nice and loose. And just flop around. Good. Shake everything out. As usual, if you'd like to stretch out a little bit before class, go ahead and do so. It's always good to stretch out just a little bit to get your body moving. And then after class as well, we don't do it during class because we don't have time, but make sure you stretch out a little bit. Stretch those ankles, maybe like some calf stretches and a quad stretch is also helpful. After class, be sure to do that. Let's get started though. So we'll do some nerves. We're going to start with our right leg. And nerves, you want to keep your whole leg stationary. And now we're not going to be loose in our ankle, and instead we're going to very intentionally make a tap with our toe on the ground. And for nerves, you want to keep your leg stationary, so you're not using your leg, your hip, to make this motion. You're just using your toe to make that tap on the ground. And what we do is we go front, we go side, we go back, and we go side. You can bend that standing leg to reach the ground, especially when we go to the back. All right, so let's start with from cram sauce like we always do. Five, 6, 7, 8.
I'm not satisfied. I want the thing that starts with the house and faith, which if I find on the side, I don't want pork chops and bacon. That won't wait. My appetite inside. I want the thing that starts with the house and faith, which if I find on the side. Now fella really got to eat, and a fella should eat right. I will get you down. I'm gonna feed myself right tonight. I don't want fish case right, baby. You heard what I said. Where the police serve mine Friday. I want the flim sauce with the house and which you find on the side. I don't want them like the fish, red right tomatoes. Believe me, I'm never satisfied. I want the flim sauce with the awesome flavor, which you find on the side. I don't want pork chops and bacon. That won't awaken my appetite inside. I want the flim sauce with the awesome flavor, which you find on the side. Now the feathers really got to be, and the feathers should be right. I will get you down. I'm gonna feed myself
about balance too. Again, just to remind you guys, if you're ever struggling with balance, make sure that you bend your knees, you keep your weight forward. So sometimes, like during nerves, I'll feel myself kind of wobbling, and I kind of think about engaging my core, using my center, my stomach, to keep me balanced and moving my weight just a little bit forward, because usually that will help me to kind of stabilize myself and stop from kind of wobbling around. So don't forget that in all of the exercises that we do. You can always kind of think about centering yourself, bend your knees, get a little bit forward to help you with your balance. All right, let's move on. We'll do some monkey see, monkey do. We'll do some steps, some stamps, some stomps. Some other things, we'll do some heel steps, some toe stabs, maybe some cramp rolls, step, step, heel, heel, maybe some toe lifts in the front, some heels in the back. Mix that all together, and we'll give it a shot. Here we go. Starting with step.
Water, milk and water now. Milk and water, milk and water now. Wait just a minute, don't get me wrong. Swear I won't be on this kick for long. Milk and water now. The doctor on the scotch bourbon beer, good whiskey from I can't get juicy and down the phone. Gonna buy me a bottle and drink up some milk and water. Milk and water now. Milk and water. Milk and water now. Wait just a minute, don't get me wrong. Swear I won't be on this kick for long. Milk and water, milk and water now. The milk is cool, the water's fine. That ain't what it takes to ease my mind. If my woman don't have home drinking nice, gonna put that stuff right back on ice. I can't back whiskey fell off for days. Cold soda when somebody said, straight up fella, I brought you a nurse. And what she's got to serve, you don't need no curse. Milk and water, milk and water, milk and water, milk and water. Wait just a minute, don't get me wrong. I swear I won't be on this kick for long. Milk and water, milk and water. I can't see my baby and see her soon. Gonna be reduced by tomorrow noon. Milk and water, milk and water now. Milk and water, milk and water now. Wait just a minute, don't get me wrong. Swear I won't be on this kick for long. Milk and water, milk and water now. Milk and water.
All right, let's keep going. Let's start with heel steps next.
Here's the drink that you don't pour. Now when you take one sip, you won't need any more. It's small as a beer, or big as a wheel. Atomic cocktail
Toe stab.
forms a slice all around the place. When you see it coming, just grab your suitcase. It'll send you through the sky like air mail. Atomic cocktail. tick.
4 at a time. Work goes.
You push a button, turn it down. Your work is done for miles and miles. When it hits bound to shit, don't you feel just like an earthquake?
Now 2.
That's the drink that you don't pour. When you take one sip, you won't need any more. You're small as a beetle, big as a whale. Boom, atomic cocktail.
Now 1.
Push a button, turn it down. The work is done for miles and miles. When it hits bound to shake, it feels like an earthquake. That's the drink that you don't pour. Now when you take one sip, you won't need any more. If you're small as a beetle, big as a whale, atomic cocktail.
Alright, good. Okay, so before we move on, let's practice those cramp rolls a little bit faster. We're going to do them double time to that same song. So when we do cramp rolls in double time, whereas before we were going 1, 2, 3, 4, now we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you'll notice when you try it like this, it's going to feel less like step, step, heel, heel, like 4 things in a row. It's going to feel like one thing that you want to kind of flow together. So your momentum's going to go up just a little bit, pop, 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 and then go down. So down, 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 all in one smooth motion. So let's try this on the right side. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it on the left side now. As you know, one side can sometimes be more challenging. Maybe it's the left. Lots of times it's the left for right-handed people. Let's try this on the left side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Left, right, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. If you want, you can put a little jump into it, but you don't have to. You can do this without doing the jump too if you have trouble with your knees or you want to go easy on your joints. You can do that as well. Let's try the same song. Starting on the right. Listen to the rhythm
It's
first.
the drink that you don't pour. Now when you take one sip, you won't
Okay,
need
that's
any
what we're
more.
going for.
You're small as a beetle, big as a wheel. Atomic
5,
cocktail.
6, 7, 8.
Falls and flies all around the place. When you see it coming, just grab your suitcase. It'll send you through the sky like air mail. Atomic
Try it on the
cocktail.
left.
You push a button, turn it down. Your work is done for miles and miles. When it's bound to shit, don't you feel just like an earthquake? That's the drink that you don't.
All right, that's a good one to practice. Practice getting it nice and articulated and nice and even, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that each sound is very deliberate and even. Okay, let's move on. Let's do some brushes. Brushes with a swingy kind of a feeling and then a step. brush, step, brush, step, brush, step, brush, step. Again, you want to make one sound on the way forward, so it's not like a sliding sound on the floor, but one distinct sound. And then when we make it into a flap, all the energy goes down into the floor. Step, a lap, a lap, a lap, a lap, a lap. We're going to do these forward, and then there was a request to practice going backwards a little bit more today. So let's talk about going backwards. So when we do the brush step going backwards, we need to prepare to the front, right? Brush, step, brush, step, brush, step, brush, step. When we make it into a flat, step right into the floor. No time to waste with it coming up in the back. Instead, we put it right down underneath ourselves. So let's practice brush flap back first. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. A lap, a lap, a lap, a lap. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4. The thing about going backwards, when we speed up the tempo, you still have to prepare to the front. So it can be small though. It can be just right here. A lap, a lap, a lap, a lap. But you do have to prepare somehow, even if it's just with a little toe raising in the front. And the balance is sometimes challenging when you go backwards as well. So you make sure that your weight is forward over your feet, even when you're doing flaps to the back, right? You can use your arms out to the side as well for balance, but keep your weight forward. Keep a little bend in your waist so that your upper body is over your toes. Let me see. Was it Angela who asked that question before?
Yeah, it was me. Now, do you stay on the ball of your foot while you're doing those back flaps?
You know, I do, but I cheat and I put my heels down very quietly. So depends the kind of style you're doing tap. Like the Broadway style, you keep your heels up most of the time. Jazz tap, you have your heels on the ground most of the time. So for learning technique, for clarity's sake, I try to encourage you to keep your heels up as much as you can, but it's hard to keep your balance like that, especially when you're going backwards. So I would say put your heels down a little bit, but make it quiet if you're losing your balance. You don't want to hear the sound.
Yeah, I find it easier to do them with when I'm on the ball of my feet. I don't know why, but it just seems to be, yeah, so I find that easier.
Yeah, definitely then stay, if it's easier on the balls of your feet, then yeah, stay on the balls of your feet. Yeah, you're doing a good job balance-wise if that's easy for you to do. But let's try those two things with music, and then we'll add our heels the next time around. So let's just do brush steps, flaps, and then brush steps backwards and flaps backwards. Let's see, let's take it nice and slow.
The sun go down, and they're singing right till they die. They're just singing hallelujah.
All right, start with brush steps. Here we go. 5, 6, 7,
5.
time a little bit faster. Not quite double time.
Potato chips, how about just drip potato chips?
Go back to rough steps. Let's start with that. This is the tempo.
I don't want no lunch. All I want is potato chips.
5, 6, 7.
Potato chips. How about just drip potato chips? How about just drip? Crunch, crunch. I don't want no lunch. All I want is potato chips.
Backwards rough steps.
No matter where you be, you always find a bag around. Eating a bar, even a baseball ground. Potato chips, how my mouth does it? Potato chips, oh, drip, drip, drip. Crunch, crunch. I don't want no lunch. All I want is potato chips.
All right, let's add our heels on. So when we go forward, we add our heel to the flat. This is when it's nice. You can put your heel right down. So we're gonna do flat, heel, flat, heel, flat, heel. And take it backwards then. Flat, heel, flat, heel. Remember to prepare. Flat, heel, flat, prepare, prepare. Good. When we add the second heel, when we're going forward, it's going to be flat right, heel, heel. Right, left. So starting with the right foot, right, left, right. Left, right, left. Left, right. Right, left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. When we go backwards, same deal. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. Right, left, right. Left, right, left. Do it a couple more times. While we're here, let's try flat ball change as well, which is the same thing as those two heels, but this time you're going to do a step, step instead of those two heels. Sometimes this is easier because it's more obvious. Flat right, step left, right. Flat left, right, left. Flat, ball change. Flat, ball change. Flat, ball change. Flat, ball change. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Try it backwards, same idea. Right, left, right. Here we go. And right, left, right. Left, right, left. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. We can apply the same thing if we take it side to side and make it a back essence. So starting with the right, right flat behind, now going to the side, and then your step, step, unwind your feet. Then flat behind with the left, lap, unwind, lap, prepare left, prepare right, flat, ball change, flat, ball change, flat, ball change, flat, ball change, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Good. So let's check in real quick and see if you have any questions. Any questions about any of those things? We added the second heel. Well, we added the first heel, then the second heel, then the flat ball change. Anybody have any questions about any of that? No. Okay. Then let's try all that with music. We'll do nice and slow. Start with the flap heel, and then the flap heel, and then the flat ball change, and then the back S's. Do them all forward and back. We'll start with flap heel. Here's the tempo. Flap heel, flap heel. 5, 6, a back, 6, 7, 8. It's going to be halftime now, so it'll be. Let's try it. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay, so let's move on to some shuffles. We'll start with some just plain shuffles with the front, side, back, side. And then we're going to mix it up and do some other things with shuffles today. So let's just do that first. Let's see. Nice slow shuffles. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. To the side. Do the back. To the side. So buffaloes involve a couple of aspects here, things that you've already done. So one is either a step or a leap. So we're going to start with our weight on our left foot and we're going to step onto our right. If you're feeling saucy, you can make it a leap, which is just a little more air. It's like a hop, but you're changing feet. That's a leap. So you're going to start on your left leg, step, shuffle with your left, and then change. Step, shuffle, change. Let's try it. Step, shuffle, change. 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 Good. Let's try it on the other side. So now we're going to start with our weight on the right, and we're going to change to the left. Step, shuffle right, shuffle, and then change. Again, step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, 7 and a 8. Now the only thing we're going to change to this now is that when you change at the end, step, shuffle, change, this foot now, instead of staying right underneath you, we're just going to put it in front. So we're just going to have our leg crossed around. Looks like a 4, someone told me one time. Step, shuffle, change. So try that on the first leg we did. So starting with the weight on the left, step on the right, step, shuffle, change. Just bring that foot in front of the other leg. Step, shuffle, change. 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 In the real world, if we had room to move, this is a traveling step. So it would be step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. You would be moving down the line. But right now, totally valid to stay in place while we do this. Okay, let's try it on the other side. So we're going to start with our weight on the right. We're going to step on the left. Step, shuffle, change with the left foot in front. Again, step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. Step, shuffle, change. 1 and a 2, 3 and a 4, 5 and a 6, 7 and a 8. Good. All right, we're going to try these to music. We're going to speed it up a little bit. Let's see. What is a good tempo for this? Slower than that.
Give me a kiss stuck in a dream on.
All right, so here's the tempo. Remember to keep everything small. Okay? Weight on the left, go. 5, 6, 5. Now let's do 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Shake it out. Let's try it on the other side. Your weight's on the right. Here you go. 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, we're gonna try this again. When I do these, I feel like my weight and the tilt of my body is towards the foot where we've stepped out for that first step. Step, shuffle, change. So even when I change that foot, I'm getting ready to kind of fall back on that other foot. You can do the arms if you want. You can skip them. Keep them out to the side though if you don't do the out, in, out, in. Let's do it one more time. And this time let's do it in groups of 3. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then we'll go through the other side. 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's try that. Same song.
Romances.
5, 6, 3 at a time.
Oh, baby, you're rich for just a moment. And my imagination will make that move yet. One thing to give, but it's the love.
All right, you guys. Any questions about buffaloes before we do our little routine that has buffaloes in them? Nothing? Everybody sweaty and happy? Okay, nothing. Feel free to talk. You can talk. We got some thumbs up. Okay, that's good. Okay, let's start our routine. Get a sip of water if you want to. We are going to do a song by Duke Ellington today. Some of you saw, I posted it in the Facebook group. It is a really chill song, just to sit and rock it. So we're gonna start with some flaps. So, the whole routine, it's gonna start with a right flap. So, right flap, step. So this flap can go out a little bit in front of you, but then you're gonna rock right back on your left foot. So a flap, step, and then a flat ball change. A lap, ball change. Let's just try that much. Flap on the right, a lap, step, and then flat ball change. A lap, step, step. Left, right for those steps. Try one more time. Right, left, right, left, right. And then the same thing on the other side. A lap, step, a lap, ball change. Try it again on the left. Left flap, step, a lap, ball change. Let's try to repeat that. Starting on the right, then on the left. Here we go. 5, 6, nice and slow. A lap, step, a lap, ball change. Now right. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. We're only going to do it twice, but let's just practice that a little bit with the music before we add on. All right, here we go. I'm going to slow it down. Here's the slow down version. This is the tempo. Let's try it. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7. So like I said, we're only going to do that 2 times. We'll do it once on the right, I'm going to do 4 flat heels. So starting on the right, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to go back and repeat your flat step, flat ball change. Flat step, flat ball change, flat step, flat heels. Let's try that sequence twice through. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flat step, ball change, flat step. 4 flat heels. 1, 2, 3. Back to the beginning. Flat heels. Let's try that a little bit faster. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Flat step. Flat step. Flat heels. Again. Good. Let's try with music, nice and slow. This is the slowed down version. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's try it again. 1 notch faster. And if you can, try to listen to the music. I like to do a little drop on that step where we go flat step, flat ball change, flat step, flat ball change. Add that in if you feel like it. It's up to you. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do it again. I'll try to do the right routine. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. One more time in tempo. 5, 6. All right, quick check-in. How's everybody doing? Use your words. Okay? Thumbs if you can't use words.
Awesome.
Oh, okay. Excellent. Thank you. Okay. If you're struggling with this a little bit, you know, if you're not, we're going a little fast. And especially if this is your first day, you know who you are. You know, don't sweat it. We don't learn things instantaneously when we first start them. Okay, so let's add on to this. And obviously, you'll keep repeating this part if you need to practice. Next part, we're going to integrate our back essence. So we're going to take it out to the side. We just ended. The last thing we did was 1, 2, 3, 4. On that last flap heel, you're gonna take that right leg out to the side and prepare for your back essence. It's a nice slow back essence, you guys. So it'll be nice and easy breezy. It'll be a back flap, step, tap. Back flap, step. Let's try it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're gonna do this 8 times. And I'm gonna give you some options. So you can do that plain back essence like we practiced in exercises today. You can also add a heel on the last step. So that would look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's almost like when you're doing the preparation, you just drop that heel. That's what I find I want to do to this song in that place, but you can leave it out if you want to keep it simple. And we do this 8 times in a row. If you're really ambitious, on the first 4, do 1 heel. On the second 4, do 2 heels. So that would look like this. And 1, 2, 3, heel. And 1, 2, 3, heel. And 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. That's your extra challenge if you want to add that on to the last 4 of your back essences. So let's do this. Let's do the last flat heels from the previous sequence. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we'll practice our 8 back essences. Okay, so starting from the flat heel. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, here it comes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's your option. You don't have to do it. Let's add that on with the music. So I'll slow it down a little bit again. And let's try from the beginning. Flat step, flat ball change. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. And if you're doing those extra heels, you might not get to do it on the last one. We'll see. Let's do it again. Let's speed it up a hair. Here we go. 5, 6. All right, let's check in. Any questions so far? Anything? Or just so many that you can't even start? Or how about a thumbs up, thumbs down?
Oh, good.
Yeah? Okay, good. Good. Okay, then let's do the last part. The last part is just gonna be some buffaloes. So we're gonna practice those buffaloes we did earlier. Our weight ended up on our left foot. So rather than preparing out to the right, like you would to do another back essence, instead, we're gonna just do that step heel and keep our leg here so that we can reach up and change, reach up and change, reach up and change. And we're only gonna do 3, just like we practiced there at the end. And at the very end, we're gonna take a step on our right, and we're gonna do something called a chug, which is really just it's like a little slide forward with a heel. So we're staying on the ground, lifting up our weight. This is only gonna be possible if you are either on tap shoes or on a floor where you can slide a little bit without scratching your floor. So if you're not on a slippery floor or you're not wearing tap shoes, just do an extra heel there or a hop. Those can replace this. So what it's going to look like is this. 1, 2, 3, step up. 1, 2, 3, step up. So let's try that. Starting on the right leg. Here we go. 5, 6, nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, step up. Now left, step, change, step, change. Here it comes. Step, up. 1, 2, 3, step, up. Now left, step, 2, 3, step, up. Let's try that a little bit faster. You are going to do it 4 times in a row, I think, to the music. Here we go. 5, 6, 5, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Step up. Left, left, left. Step up. Again. 1, 2, 3. Step up. Left, 2, 3. Step up. All right. Do you guys have questions about that chug at all? Some of you probably haven't done that one before. Anything? Okay, let's add it on then. We'll do it with the music. Don't forget that last back essence. You're not going to prepare it to the side. Let's just practice that one time before we do the music on. So do your last back essence on the left. Back, flat, step, step. Heel if you want, and then buffalo. Let's try that. 5, 6, 7, 8. Back, flat, step, step, heel, buffalo. Try it. One more time. 5, 6, 7, 8. And buffalo. Good. In case you're wondering, after we do those buffaloes, we go right back to the beginning and we do this section again. I believe we do it twice, and that's the end. All right, so try to add that on if you can this time, and we'll try to run it a couple times. So let's slow it down. Let's try this. Here we go. 5, flat heel, flat step, sorry. Flat step. Flat heel. speed it up a little bit. Here we go. 5, flat step. Alrighty, guys. Quick check-in before we try it again. Sip of water. How's everything?
Can you do the transition to the buffaloes again?
Yes. Good. Okay. So you were going to do that last back essence on the left. Back flat. Step, step. You can do the heel or not. But this right leg, you don't want it to be out here. Well, I guess it could be, but it's awkward. So you want to do a back flat, step, step. So you want that right leg to be free so that you can step or leap on it on 1. So let's try that on the left side. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1. Let's try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8. Try that again. 5, 6, 7, 8. Flat, flat, flat. Right. Does that help? Was that Margo that asked that question? Does that help? Practice it a couple times?
I'm fine with a few more times.
A few more times? Okay. We're running out of time. I think we might have to, you might have to practice that on your own so that we can at least run through it one more time with the at-tempo speed, okay? Here we go. Let me meet you guys. Okay, last time. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Here we go. Last step. I just had a brain freeze, you guys. Let's do this again. After that, we go back to the beginning. You get another shot. 5,